What's up with you? What it is, man? It's Be Money. Much love to Exposed Vocals. Everybody check them out at Exposed Vocals, exposedvocals.com. It's a it's a real dope ass, like, you know what I'm saying, magazine, lifestyle, art style, culture, everything like that. Be sure to check it out. Be Money doing doing the interview. Be sure to highlight Exposed Vocals. Check it out. You know what I mean? Y'all doing good business. I like what y'all doing. Give y'all a little part of my history, you know what I'm saying? From Philadelphia originally, you know what I'm saying? Was out Philadelphia, PA, Baltimore, Maryland, DC, Virginia, down south, you know. Heard of me down at A, you know what I'm saying? Heard of me everywhere else too. Been around the world and back. They heard of me out Toronto. They heard of me out California, New York City, of course. But yeah, that's basically a little part of my history. You know what I'm saying? What really made me decide to really become an artist is because neighbor from North Philadelphia, nice town, 1900 block. You feel what I'm saying? And like the neighborhood we from, you know what I'm saying, it's like Young Guns, Christian Neef, plus, you know, all the other talent all over Philadelphia. It was a neighborhood where it was like, you know, you play ball, you rap, and there was a lot of niggas on the corner hustling, you do what you do. I try, you know, I try rap, you know what I'm saying? I had a thing for it. Like, when I was a young boy, when I was low, I was real nice. Like, I used to be running around to the mixtape spots and was trying to find Freeway and was trying, I met Jada when he was out Philly, and I met, like, you know, like, just big cats, you know what I'm saying? I was in Philly, like, met a cat, Tommy Butter, rest in peace, was running around, used to run to the mixtape spots, you know, used to run to the Ave, get a mixtape, you know what I'm saying? I used to run all the way out to the mall, all the way in the county, out King of Prussia, and get a CD. You know, I used to hustle. When I used to hustle to get my money, one of the things I used to do, I used to, I was trying to get fly. I used to go to the Ave, like, to try to get some fitted, get a headband, some get sweatbands, some light shit, you feel me? Because I was like 12 years old. Had me a little knot like this or something. You know what I'm saying? I stack up my money, shoot a little dice or something, do what I do. So when I get, you know, when I'm out in the corner on my little crate, I got a little out, you know, man, got a fresh little tee on or something, fresh little hat on or something. That's just what I like to do, because that's where all the old heads that was getting money, you know, they fitted their jerseys, you know what I'm saying, they was getting money. That's what I wanted to do. So when I listened to, you know, started listening to hip hop, I started wanting to rap, like, probably like, I remember I was staying in Virginia for a couple years, you know what I'm saying? And then I moved out to Maryland. I was getting in trouble in school. I was getting in a fight, so whatever. And I moved, and I remember back like the late '90s when like R.P. Biggie Small, like when I time Biggie Small died, like hip hop was like a family. It was like a family. Everybody was like a family. They had Cash Money, Rough Riders, Def Jam. Everybody was like a family. I was like, yeah, I was really feeling it. So, that's what made me want to rap. I started flipping bars when I was listening to DC State Pride, you feel me? I remember DC when album came out, I was banging it on Bernice drum. My block was banging that drum. I was like 11 years old. I used to be listening and flipping their bars around. I used to be trying, if I had me a sound recorder or I had like a little cheap computer, would try to loop the beats up at the end and try to record them drum when I was like 10, 11. And I started going, when I used to go visit my people, my relatives, or go holler at my friends or something. You know, I know people, you know, I used to run back and forth like Philly, Maryland, like when I was like a little, like 10, 11, so I was on the Greyhound and all that. I used to just go around battling, you feel me? Then you know, I got older. This cat named Mozzie Mac. They call him J Mac. I remember when I was out in Norristown, he was like, "Yeah, young bro, you gotta get in the booth and all that." That was around the time I was like 14. So then I started recording. I mean, I doing tracks on the old head named Arda. You know, he used to always be trying to send me tracks and all that. I was like 15, 16, 17. I got in trouble with the law. I got locked up, and then I fell back. And then, like a year later, I was on paperwork. Like, it made me want to rap. And I was doing community service. I would write raps in the back of my head. It made me want to rap. And then it's like '08. Then I started hitting this little studio out in Maryland, just on the calm tip, on the fleet tip. Just fly. I had a little wheel on me, you know what I'm saying? I was pushing a little 96 Century box drum, you know what I'm saying? I was pushing that drum, had a nice little engine, was running it back and forth for like Philly to Baltimore for real, like Philly to DC for real. You know what I'm saying? Up and down I-95, doing what I do, trying to stay up, trying to maintain. Then like '09, I was doing a little thing, doing a little bit in the streets. Still recording. I decided to take it a little serious as an alternative to get about, you know what I'm saying? Like to get about street life, you say negativity. Then around '10, one of the tracks I did, one of the producers that did the tracks, he was from PA too. He got signed with Jay-Z and all that. So I'm like, damn. Now when I'm trying to push this little record to the DJs, I'm giving it to the DJs. I'm trying to get a mixtape hosted by Trapaholics and DJ Screen, DJ Howdy. I'm reaching out to DJ calling DJs and all that. And DJs out Baltimore. My cousin I grew up with is a DJ out Philly, DJ Focus. You know what I mean? He's one of the DJs that's definitely killing things on the streets of Philly. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the house with him and all that. And around that time, I was like, damn, it's getting easier to promote the record. Plus, the technology with the streams and YouTube and the online stores, much love the Apple iTunes. I got like, I don't know, like 5, 10, 15, like probably over 5 records in the stores. So I'm like, yeah, once the internet popped off and the Boy Meek Mill got signed, and then the cat that produced the record ended up getting signed, so it was easier to promote the record. But I was going through family things, paying my bills, paying my rent. I was staying back and forth between Philly and Baltimore. My mother got sick, so I had talked to Chrisette Michelle's mother. One day I was talking to her. I was like, "You trying to help me put this record out?" It was like the end of 2012 and 2013. Working on No Emotion, started talking to labels now. Working on the record. Working on a major deal. When I started working on a major deal now, deals came. We did what we did. Now we doing, another one. You can't beef and get money, it don't mix. You don't really gotta take that route, cause a lot of cats that was in the streets, was rapping, was rapping in jail. Like a lot of cats that was like, Philly became listening to like State Property and all that, like Cassidy and all that street rap. Like beefing and get money don't mix. So if you're a rapper or an MC, you gotta remember the essence and fundamentals of the game. You know what I'm saying? You can't beef and get money, it don't make you ain't gotta take that route. Think about the MC days. Think about Eric B. Rakim. Think about Biz Markie. Think about that. You could take that route. Think about taking the route of making good music instead of trying to beef with niggas and pull out, pull weapons out. You can think about taking the route to make good music, make music that people appreciate, that cross over, and collab with people. I'm always doing songs with young cat, older cat, old artist, new artist, sound artist, inside artist. You could take that route as opposed to taking the route of, as opposed to taking a route of negativity. Try to take the positive route. That's all I'm gonna say. Ever made mistakes? Nah. I did? Nah, never that. Not with much. Nah, I get paid $10,000 to perform. So you invest that type of money in us and our labels and our brands. You know what I'm saying? And me, my act, and the companies and entities that represent and label that represent it, then you ain't gotta worry about that. So nah, I don't. Do I tour? Yeah, I go on tour. I've been going on tour on and off for like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably like 6 years, or 12. You know what I mean? A lot of producers was hollering at me that was producers for mainstream artists like K.O. the Track, DJ Spence. You know what I'm saying? They produce for, they produce Grammy nominated platinum records, produced for Jay-Z and Kanye West records and stuff like that. So that inspired me to get on the road, because it's like, damn, that type of a cosign, that's a get up off your butt, if they hollering at you like that, you don't need to be sitting around the house with mud in your seat. You know what I'm saying? You can get out there and do your thing. And yeah, on and off, I took a couple years off. I had some legal trouble, but I'm getting back on the road. I plan, I'm really trying. I'm looking forward to a lot of these larger, I look forward to the larger events, festivals, and arena, larger shows, as opposed to, but I still do the small shows, but I kill the little cities, big city, large shows, small shows, and do my thing. But yeah, I'll probably be back on tour when there's a new record, working on this album. Once the deal's situated, you know what I'm saying, I make sure everything's straight with with the big people, major people, then, get it done, probably like next year, something. But a couple shows every now and then. Anything interesting that ever happened? Making history, really shutting it down, really killing the shows, really, really touching the crowd, really having them feel my words. Plus, you can't forget about the groupie love, you know what I'm saying? But how that go. Studio upgrades, anything we working with. I be in the studio, the studio that I'm in, I got a studio in Baltimore, Maryland area, but my studio is South Street, I'm supposed to be putting on South Street Sounds, South Street in Philadelphia, but I got a studio that I'm using in Towson, Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland area. It was called Nice Package. Now it's called the Music Space, Now we did the No Emotion joint there. And as far as upgrades, everything we done is plus. You get up in that joint, you be ready now. You wouldn't even think, you'd have forgot about what you was going to talk about. You'd have got up in there and knocked out. You'd have got up in there and been like, you know what I'm saying? You'd have had to come back twice. You'd have had to come back one time to check it out, and come back the other time to finish doing what you was doing. Plus, on top of that, other studio, I was supposed to record Rock the Mic Jay-Z studio a couple years ago. Unfortunately, I wasn't even really in studio, I wasn't really in studio mode, but Jay-Z people, Jay-Z staff members of the company was, they came to me and the companies that I'm affiliated with about, some type of a situation, like, not like a situation, but like something to get the microphones and the boards hot. And that was a beautiful, from the pictures that I seen, it was a beautiful studio. I never got a chance to check it out. Maybe in time, me and Rock the Mic, Rock Nation, 4040, Jay-Z, some companies Jay-Z work for, we can work something out, do something, and, get something done. Because I'm pretty sure if it's affiliated with something like the ROC, everything would be A+. How you find ways to promote music? Promoting music is getting a record hottest. setting fire to the record, lighting the record up like you light up your blunt. Getting it hot, getting the record rolling, keeping the momentum rolling, like keeping it hot, keeping the wheel moving, you know what I'm saying? Keeping it running like the engine under your hood. Plus, you know, I was being considered for a promotion position over at Capitol in New York. So, you know, when it comes to promotion, I couldn't even talk to you about all that right now. Plus, you know, not to mention, I could talk about all of it to you, but I would need to take extra time. We'd have to shoot a movie about talking about promoting music, but you know, just doing shows, killing little shows, big shows, performing with, sign artists if you're not signed, performing with cats that got bigger buzz than you young cats that's on the up and coming. Plus, I done promoted, I done, flyers, stickers, and posters. I had a show out in DC. I had the most promotional merchandise in the city of DC. Like around the time we did that, I had like so much twerk running around. They was booking me for everything. I had 15,000 flyers or something like that. It was something crazy. But yeah, what works best for me is getting the record hot. Once everything gets rolling, keep everything rolling, and the steamroll over stuff that try to cool the record off. Ain't no, when it's a B Money record, ain't cooling it off. As long as everything's in, then it's gonna be as hot as it's gonna be. But that's all I gotta say. As long as everything's in, what works best for me is just when it's on, it's on. It's just when it's on, keep on pushing, keep on going, and keep on promoting. But as far as talking about promotions, we're gonna have to come back to that, or we're gonna have to do a specific segment for that. We're gonna have to do something special. We're gonna have to do something special for that, cause I don't even gotta. I'd have to get the newscast, the camera out or something. We had to get extra real in, but what works best is keeping everything moving, keeping it moving like a locomotive, like a hot train. Who would I perform with Dead or Alive? Or I'll perform with whoever putting gold, platinum records out, whoever putting up stats like me. And what I was thinking of the other day, Cat, I would have loved to do a show with Pimp C. You know, I really feel the UGK movement. You know, shout out to Bun B. I want to do a show with Pimp C. Rest in peace, Pimp C. Upcoming projects, be on the look. I got that Cups to the X. I got a promotional record, little side record out right now. Cups to the XO, produced by R&B. They sold 3 million copies. You know what I'm saying? They definitely top rank in Atlanta. I'm definitely one of the top artists in Philly. So that shut down everything from I like to say I do two things. To say I shut it down, but I don't shut it all the way down, because I'm bringing in the business. Because like the last question, I'm definitely about promotions. I'm definitely about promo, but that shut it down from Philly, Baltimore, DC, Virginia, Carolinas, down to Atlanta. It shut it down from the East Coast to the South. So that joint definitely a hot record, man. Cups to the XO. Maybe it's the Cups to the XO, was out drinking on the XO ever since I was chopping it up on my man The Weeknd. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to The Weeknd. You know what I mean? He doing this thing, $50 million man. But ever since I was chopping up with those cats, that's what made me think about Cups to the XO. Remind me of one of them throwback records that they did. You know what I'm saying? Them throwback XO records. You know what I'm saying? But on upcoming projects, the FAM coming out, highly anticipated, the mixtape, plus, the album. I'm working on the album. Once we get the single done, the album coming out. But be on the lookout for the FAM, and be on the lookout for that B Money album, No Emotion album. I wasn't making music. What I be doing? I always want to be making music. It's my love, it's my passion. you know, got publishing. I'm working to making sure everything's official. So that is really a job to show them young bulls out there that it's a career. You know what I'm saying? That it's not just a hobby playing around or any nigga on no bum shit. You know what I'm saying? But I always been making music because I'm doing. What I do, man, I break legs, crack heads, snap necks, snap your boots off, snap your sneakers off, do whatever to make sure I ain't gotta go back to doing, you know what I mean, to doing the street thing, you know what I mean? Because, I feel like it's a better way. It's better ways out there. What your fans look forward to the next year? Oh, no emotion. The album, you mean? Plus, everything leading up to the album, all the features, it might be a couple little records coming out on the side, a couple records with me on it, a couple remixes and something like that. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out the movement we got right now, the label No Emotion. Shout out to Philly, Baltimore, DC. Shout out to Atlanta. Shout out to New York. Shout out to Cali. Shout out to Texas, man. Be money.